Hello everyone, welcome to Tech on Cloud. This is your host Abhishek Kushwaha welcoming you to another interesting video on Golang series, which is methods. Go methods are similar to Go functions with one difference, that is method contains a receiver argument in it. With the help of receiver argument, the method can access the properties of the receiver. Okay, the receiver can be of structure type or non-structure type. When we create a method in our code, the receiver and the receiver type must be present in the same package, and we are not allowed to create the method in which the receiver type is already defined in another package, including the inbuilt types such as integers or string, etc. If we try to do so, the compiler gives an error. So let's try to understand in little bit practical way how we use the methods in Golang. So as you can see in my VS Code screen, there is two files open, which is for method S and one is method ns. One is for structure type data and one is for non-structure type data. I have written out the code in advance only because this video can go a little bit long and some people can find it a little bit boring also in the middle if I start to code it out explaining each line. But yeah, the code is pretty much defined. Let's try to understand it. I hope I can explain it well. So let's start with methods with structure type. First example. So in line number 1 we are declaring package main, and then line number 3 we are importing fmt. This is the basic structure with how which normal Golang program begins. Now from line number 5 to line number 9 we are defining a structure here. So the variable is employee and the type is structure, with the field name is name, salary and currency with their respective types, which you can see on the screen is string. Name is for with the type of string and salary is with the type of integer and currency is the type of string. Okay, so those who have referred my videos on structure previously would be able to understand how it is defined. Or so let's move further. In line number 11 we are now declaring the function. So here the function is a little bit it is incomplete in my way which I am thinking. For non-structured type we would be seeing in a complete way how because for non-structured type declaration we have passed the parameter list. Here we are not passing in any parameter list in line number 11. So let's see. This line number 11 is basically a method function here. So you may be knowing where is the receiver type. So method name here is the display and the receiver type is employee, means this method will be basically for the employee. Okay, and the means this variable e is basically a type, means a variable which is a receiver variable here, which would be fetching out the data. Okay, but it is accessible in the within the method only. It cannot be accessed outside the method. Okay, means outside this function it will not work. From line number 13. So, okay, as you can see now in line number 12 we are using it inside the function only. We are fetching the fields here, e.name, e.salary and e.currency. Okay, so let's just give an overview what we I just explained here, that this line number 11 is basically a method which a method name is to display the values of the fields here, and e is the receiver type. So employee is basically e is basically the receiver variable which will be using inside the function means inside the method function for the structure name employee. Okay, now let's come to function main. So like we used to declare it for structures. We are creating an variable name employee1 with a shorthand declaration, and we are assigning the value for the each field, which is name, salary and currency respectively. I have declared in line number 17, 18 and 19. As you can see, Sam 5000 and dollar. And now we are calling this method along with the variable employee1. So the expected result should be Sam space 5000 space dollar. Okay, let's try to run it. As you can see, the program is not saved above. I have not run it also. Let's control plus, no, it's control D, I think control S. It's saved now. Let's try to run it. Go run methods ss.go. Now it's printed. Okay, now let's move straight away to the second example, which is for non-structured type of data. In line number 1 and line number 3, we follow the same paradigm, I would say, which is package main and import fmt, which are we declare for our basic Golang program. Now in line number 5, we are using a type definition. So data is the variable name and type is integer, and we are defining it with the keyword type only. So next come downwards, which is line number 7. So it is basically a method. So this method is basically saying that we have to multiply the two data d1 and d2. So as you can see in the function, we have d1 variable, which will be a receiver for data variable, which is a type definition. Then we have multiply, which is basically the method name, and we are passing the parameter, which is d2, and which is type of data. Okay, and we have a receiver argument here, means returning argument, which is data. We want the data back, which will be automatically of type integer, and return d1 into d2. So, and let's come next to function main. Function main, here we are creating two variables, value 1 and value 2, with a shorthand declaration, and we are assigning data 1 d1 and d2. We are giving respective values to them, 32 and 20. And in line number 14, as you can see, I have created res, a variable with a shorthand declaration for value 1 dot multiply in bracket value 2. Value 1 would be a simple like d1 data, and value 2 would be d2 data. Then we are printing it out with the variable res. Let's save it and run it. We got the 640 as answer. This is how which we required. So this is all about methods in Golang. I hope I was able to explain you most of the concept, why and how the methods are used. If you like this content and this video also, please do share with your friends and hit the like button below, and do subscribe my channel to find out the interesting topics for Golang. And soon I would be starting a DSA course also, means course in DSA topics. Yeah, that's all for today and for this topic. We will meet soon again, guys. Bye bye till then.